We're in the tint shop. I actually like it a whole lot. I'm gonna hop over to this rock. It's kind of steep. Hopefully I don't fall in. To tint or not to tint? That is the question. Here on the Access cab, we have the rear window tinted. The front window is not. You can see right through it. See that? Can't see through it. Can see through it. Here's another angle. Coming around. You can see the windshield's not tinted either. And over here, the difference is night and day. I'm gonna try to match the front window to the rear window. The reason for this is multi-pronged. For one, privacy, UV rays, so people can't see into your truck as easily, and so you don't feel like you're sitting in a fishbowl. Since this truck sits lower to the ground, people can see right into your window. Here you can see the tint difference. We're gonna go from this clearness to roughly this darkness. The sun's hitting my hand. There's no dimming or UV protection. We're gonna match this front passenger window to this darkness. It'll take between a 20 and 30% tint to achieve that. Here the sun's beaming straight down on my face. You guys may have seen on television that Dave Turin's lost mine. They're mining right up here in the hills, and we got claims surrounding the same area as well. A lot of gold up here. Digging down 60 plus feet to the pay layer, pulling out crazy amounts of gold. Right here over on the hillside, there's an area they called the hummocks. They're not hummocks, they're slough from when there was a lake here. It flooded, the dam burst, boom, ripped downstream. Mass wasting, pulling down those hillsides right there in those slumps. Huge glacier came down this valley and pushed all kinds of boulders, rocks, gold, minerals, silver, platinum, all kinds of stuff down there. And this is where we're finding gold today. See how that visor's bouncing around? That is so ridiculously annoying, it's not even funny. We're in the tint shop. So Vaughn, does the tint have like an adhesive, or how does this film actually work?
Yeah, so what we have here is your window tint, and it's been cut out in our plotter machine to fit your windows for your truck. It has like a protective layer on here, and what this does is protect the adhesive from any contamination getting on it before I apply it. And we use a water and baby soap mixture to put the film on. And so once I peel this layer back, I spray the solution on it, which allows me to put the film on the window and move it into place where I need it. And then I take, I have a couple different squeegees, and I then squeegee the excess water out.
Beautiful. We'll leave you to it to do your magic. In she goes. Today we're at Wash Lab in Buena Vista, Colorado. Just walking around Buena Vista. We got a little deer here, middle of town, browsing in someone's backyard. Seems pretty tame. Looks a little scraggly. Hey there, buddy. Definitely scraggly. Up here in the mountains of Colorado, it's no joke. The UV intensity is 4 times more intense than it is at sea level. So roughly speaking, if you're sitting out on the beach in Florida without any sunscreen for 4 hours straight and you get sunburnt, that'll happen up here in the mountains in 1 hour's time. Plastic fabrics, everything dies up here so dang quickly in that UV. So we gotta do anything we can to protect it for driving. Our hands, our arms, our skin, dash material, fabric seats, everything. I got a fun mining fact for you guys. You see this railroad, it runs all the way up to Leadville, and as far as I know, down to Salida. So the way they built these tracks, we have railroad ties and there's ballast. What ballast is, it's the stone rocky material that ensures the stability of the tracks to carry the super heavy weight of the trains. For that purpose, you want a rough angular rock, and what we have here is super cool. This is slag. Slag is the remains of molten rock all around here. There's been all kinds of mining. When they crush and pulverize the rock to get the silver, gold, lead, zinc, whatever, iron out of it, they melt and smelt those concentrates at super high temperatures, turning it into like a liquid silica glass. Oh, that's hot. Nice clean pour that time. Beauty. Pulling out all the precious metals and leaving the dross, waste, rocks, slag behind. Instead of just leaving this in heaps and mountains up in Leadville and Smelter Town this way and back in Salida, they used it as ballast for this entire railway, which is pretty darn cool. Over to the right, here's something interesting as well. You see the color change. Here we have slag ballast and a more traditional ballast. We have a whole pile of natural, this is pumice stone. It's got all these holes. This is a volcanic rock, and you can see how it's angular and grippy, holds together better than if they were rounded river rocks. From the mines, you can see how it's all melted and swirly and weird, and there's layers. I mean, that's potentially a matte layer from smelting. We just got out of the tint bay. We'll look at that in a second, but we got a doppelganger 3rd gen Tacoma here, really nice looking, oversized tires. It looks like he's got a partial lift on this. I actually like this front bra thing you got on here as well.
Yeah, I've enjoyed that.
So that would look great with my, similar colors, blacked out kind of theme, and has partial benefit for wind deflection, bug deflection, but it also gives some character, and it looks pretty darn good. So let's check out this truck here. We got a TRD Pro. He's got the Overlander camper, and my buddy here, Phil, just built this bed, so I thought you guys might want to check it out and see. He's just decked it out here, left a spot for his dog to sit and sleep, and he created an extension of the platform because this is the 5-foot bed, and he's a pretty tall guy and he needs some space for his legs. So that's a pretty slick setup. So you can fold that in. When you're camping, you extend it out. Well, pretty cool. Thanks for sharing that with me,
Sure,
Phil.
man, thanks.
Absolutely. And the nicest part about these raised platforms is that you can store things
Yeah,
underneath.
there's tons of storage. You can make a drawer system.
This bed rug is super nice also. I'm sure that adds a little bit of insulation and it looks
It
good.
does, yeah. Yeah, it all ties in pretty well.
Comparison, looking at the heights, and it looks like Phil here has an Eibach front strut, so I bet you that's an Eibach coilover kit that's giving him a 2-inch lift, and honestly it looks pretty darn good. That's about the perfect height. And these are the TRD 4Runner Pro rims, which look really nice. And if anybody wants to know, these tires are the KO2 275 70-17s. Wow, we got both these trucks. Let's take a real quick look. The one on the right is stock unmodified. The one on the left, we're thinking has a 2-inch lift and 2-inch sizes taller tire. Definitely is a noticeable difference. Down by the river. Here's a quick look at our tint. We can't roll the window down while this cures. From before and after, this is a very big difference. I actually like it a whole lot. I feel more secure and private and protected in here right now. Panning over to the right, look at that difference. That's a huge difference right there. Windshield, 20% ceramic tint. So here's another view. This is passenger side. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but this is factory glass, which is tinted. From the exterior, it looks pretty close, given this is ceramic and this is something different. It's impregnated in the glass. But if we look closer, you can see the sun is shining through here and the sun is shining through here. The sun here is much more intense than it is here. This is what it looks like. And then on the exterior, nice and tinted. I personally think that tinting your windows makes it look much, much sharper. It's a lot more comfortable. You feel protected in your nook and you don't get sunburnt. So let's wrap around to this side. Let's look a little bit closer. From the exterior. Here we can see. If we look through to the other side, I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. To me, it looks like the front is a tad bit darker. I think she looks pretty darn sharp. The river is super low this time of year. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. I saw a trout swimming down here just a second ago. Oh, there you go. Right there. Look at that. Right in the current. There's a rainbow trout right there. Right there down in the bottom. You can see a gray spot. That's a rainbow trout. All right. How beautiful is this? There might be one there as well. Wow. Let's see if we could sneak up on any big old trout up here by the bridge. So the current is really slow. However, the fish are still going to be facing upstream with their heads into the current, so we can sneak up on them from behind. Oh, there was a big one. I spooked him. There's 2 big trout out there. He just swam out from this hole. 2 of them are out over there right now. I like to do things others won't. I'm gonna hop over to this rock. It's kind of steep. Hopefully I don't fall in. Oh, because this is slippery. Look at that. Oh man. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There you can see 2 big trout. Oh, see that one move over behind that rock. That thing was well over a foot long. There's another one. Looks like it drops to about 8 or 10 feet out in the middle. Might have a dead fish down there. Another dead fish down there. I'd imagine those are catch and release casualties. Time to jump off this rock. It's like buttery smooth, super slippery. So if you ever see the shiny surface on a rock and it's wet, be careful because you'll slip right off of it. Okay, where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go? I might go all the way to shore. We'll either go, let's see here. Haha, we made it. I think I'm gonna have to start fly fishing again. Goes from calm pool to first natural riffle. There, boom, boom, boom. Nice. Okay, it's not perfect, it's a little fatty. I'm gonna give it my all. See if we can get it to skip across the entire river. All right, here we go. Here we go, get low. It made it. Did you see that? In 2 skips, we made it all the way across. See the water's still rippling over there. It hit those boulders on the other side of the river. Coming up from behind, this lunar rock really is a sagebrush color. This is sagebrush right here. Grab a piece. Whoa, didn't want to come off. Look at that. It's almost a perfect match. These Mickey Thompsons, you guys will see this. We got rims and tires going on in a second. Be sure to subscribe to see that. Coming up on the truck. Tint looks sharp. I sure do like it. It's not too dark to where you can't see, but it does what it's supposed to. And I think it only enhances the look of the truck. That thing's pretty darn beautiful.